that was the start. That was a good way to start it. I figured we start with a staring contest.
All right.
Because we have those quite often at the dinner table. So tonight's episode was started with a staring contest. Why not? What the he? Tonight we are going to be taking some. I posted up on my Instagram and you posted up on your Instagram, and we got a whole big 2 questions for tonight. So we're going to drag it out for an hour now. And then we'll just go into our own questions.
Okay.
So that's all. But do we want to touch on what we've been up to real quick, or should we just dive into the questions? Or we have new lighting, so we're hoping that this looks good. We got new lighting here in.
Well, it's hard to know.
Yeah, we'll see when it.
We will see.
But it looks good so far.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
All right, so we got the new lighting. All right, so is everybody ready for their questions?
Yes.
All righty, let's see what we got here. I think I'm going to check Mom's page real quick because I know she had posted it up. Let's see if she got any questions.
I think it was just yours.
And I asked, Bearded Humor asked, can I sing on this episode? So is that a question? Is that a legit question that we could actually use?
No.
No, because if you watch the last episode, which is now, if you didn't, now you have to go back and watch the last episode, and you could find out about my singing and how much it's not liked in this house. Oh. I guess I should have turned the volume up on that. Okay.
I like that.
Wah, wah. We got the end of it. All right, so I can't ask, can I sing on this episode? There'll be no singing on this episode. But, all right, let me get to my questions. I think I had 2 questions.
Handle it.
All righty. So the first one was from Frobuck22. Hello, Frobuck22.
Hello.
On Instagram.
Hello.
He asked, if you had to shave your head or beard, what would you choose? And then what would the family choose? So if I had to shave my head or beard, I would probably shave my head. I've actually been keeping an eye on this for years. It's every now and then it goes, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go bald now. And then it starts to, I don't know if it comes back down. I don't know. But I've been watching the hairline for years. I've been waiting for it to go for years. And it just hangs in there. And
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. I've worn hats all my life. I've done everything you're not supposed to do to keep your hair. And my hair just, just look at me. It's just weeds. It just grows. It's like weeds. This is. Don't forget, this sign is actually for a hair from my body. People don't realize that. It's just. I'm just such a hairy mess. It's just we used it to make a sign.
Sure.
Yeah, let the people believe that.
Let the people believe.
Where did the white hair come from?
You recall I have made the statement on here a couple of times already. Do not believe anything you hear on this podcast is truth. So I'm letting it be known.
All right.
The untruths.
All righty. So, so if I had to shave my head or beard, I would definitely shave my head. I wouldn't. I'm just keeping this. I don't know. It's just staying with me. It's part of me. I don't know. It's the beard. And then, like you said, we'd have to change it to the, what would it be? The
or beardless.
Beardless. We'd have to add a less to the
beardless.
So
babble.
this is it's something we have. I got T-shirts. I got merch and stuff. So it'd be like kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Alrighty.
So
Okay.
I don't know if I would. I don't know.
You mean for him? Are we answering? Oh,
well, because we can't really answer.
Do
it.
Do you remember me clean shaved? Have you?
Vaguely, very vaguely. I mean, through photos, obviously, and stuff. But I remember when I was younger.
Because I think when you were younger, I think
you were still working.
I still had the goatee. I think I had the goatee when I was
very short though.
Very short though, yeah. But it's pretty much always been facial hair. So
it would be entirely different. I'd feel like if you shaved your beard, you'd be looking at a whole new person.
A quick beard story that I almost lost. This is when I went with Donnell to be in the opening scene of Jane Silent Bob Reboot. I almost had to shave this off because the character that I was supposed to play was supposed to be a police officer in the opening scene, and anybody knows a police officer can't have a beard like this, and it was almost shaved, and Kevin Smith at the last minute came in and saved my beard, and that's how I became the popcorn eater. So beard, because it was like that was the whole thing with Donnell. Has a great story about that, how we talked about now we can't shave the beard because if I go home no one's going to know who I am. I mean, Jaden would probably really have a hard time with like, who is this guy? Like it would definitely be interesting. So so the beard stays with me. You choose.
I don't know. At this point, I might have to also go with hair. I was gonna say beard because I also think you have the crazy hair. That would also, I feel like that's also part of It works together.
The crazy works with the crazy.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy.
So I feel like if you lost one, it would just really change things. So, but if you did shave your hair, you could still wear a wig.
Yes.
Yes, because that would be something that I would want to do.
Beautiful,
That would-
long,
yes.
luxurious
Yeah,
hair.
yeah. What wig would you picture me in?
Well, I was thinking like they probably have wigs similar to yours at like Spirit Halloween or something.
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween. So these aren't like
Spirit,
serious
yeah,
wigs.
so I'd be
These are
walking around-
clownish type. Okay.
A Spirit Halloween wig is
Yeah.
how you see me. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're not going like a real, like a nice,
Like a professional.
professional
Well, you
horsehair
could.
or anything.
No,
Just
we're looking at
Spirit-
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit
We're like
Halloween.
$20,
Okay.
$25.
I'm just saying that the best, if you want to find the most, like the quickest way to, find hair similar to yours, I'd say Spirit Halloween.
Oh, it just, I don't know. I'm finding out the
Similar
truth
to
here on this
yours.
podcast about the way they feel about me in this house.
style, you know?
So you think that if I walked into a Spirit Halloween with a hat on, took the hat off, and then started to walk out, they may try to arrest me for stealing a wig? We should try that. We should try filming. We should go into a Spirit Halloween and see what happens. They'd be like, hey, stop stealing our wigs.
Yeah, except you'll like walk out and you'll be like trying to start something. You'll be like, hey.
They wouldn't even notice. Nobody would care.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously my hair is that of a Spirit Halloween wig quality. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What about you?
Oh, the beard.
I was before she even got to it. I was just like,
Question.
yeah, she's
The beard.
she's not a big fan of the beard, but she deals with it well. I do
you.
commend her. So it gets in the way quite often. It's there a lot. It's
There a lot.
it's there a lot. It's a third. I mean, me having the beard, I forget about it. But usually, like a lot of we're like, even if we're just like cuddling, like watching a movie, and like she's in next to me, it's.
Then after I'm like, whose
yeah,
hair is whose? I'm like,
yeah.
is that mine? Is that
Yeah.
your beard? I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
because between the beard, between the Spirit Halloween, and
Hair.
Jenny's hair when it's out, there's a lot of hair. It's a hairy mess. And again, I apologize to you because as a parent, I've given you a lot of traits, and unfortunately, my hairiness, I think, carries down to you.
It's
so,
okay.
Well, you say that now.
Yeah, she's handling it well.
Hairy.
Harry.
Hairy.
Harry.
All right, so hair, beard, and hair. So there you have it. 2-1, you lose. All right. Next question.
I don't think his mind is going to change anyway, so.
Colin O'Reilly, my favorite Colin O'Reilly. Colin O'Reilly asked a very good question for all of us. What music y'all listening to? And he said y'all.
Right.
So y'all, would you like to, you have a Journey shirt on, so would you like to
Oh, yeah, I
have you
do.
been listening to Journey?
I have not.
Okay.
I love Journey, but I don't listen to them all the time.
But what have you been listening to now?
What have I been listening to? A lot of jazz, like a lot of smooth jazz. What was I listening to the other day? A lot of
Well,
hip hop.
Seal, right? Also, too.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Seal.
The music?
Seal.
Oh,
No, just sounds of Seal.
Been kissed. Oh, I'm sorry, no singing on the podcast.
Oh, Amy Winehouse. I always listen to Seven Dust. Always.
Always, yes.
Metallica. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. I just
Metallica?
play
Or-
Metallica.
or
No, I
Metallica?
play my like list. So I mean, Dakota walks in sometimes, and I'm listening to Brian McKnight 1 minute, and the next minute it's like Metallica.
Well, the other day you had Sweetback on 1 minute,
Oh, yes.
and it was
and then I had
Sade's band.
Then
If
I had
anybody's
like
know
it was
Amazing.
like something very heavy metal.
Yeah. I was just like, okay,
It
all right, so
That's on my like playlist.
yeah,
He walked in. He's like, "Weren't you just listening to Sweetback?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my like list." So
Yeah.
be prepared.
yeah. Our like lists in this house are quite all over the place.
Yeah.
And what have you been listening to?
Well, actually, today, I was downloading a bunch of songs because you could download songs that aren't on Spotify, and then you could upload them to your computer, and then through Spotify, you can get them downloaded onto your phone, and they work as like normal songs, so you can play them. So I was doing that, which took a little while because I was downloading like a bunch of songs that weren't on Spotify. So
What was it you were listening to while you were doing this?
it was a bunch of covers from this one artist called. His name is Miyashita Yu.
Say it again.
Miyashita Yu.
and tell us a little bit about. I'm going to screw it up big time. Mishiru.
You could just
Mishiru.
you could just copy what I say and not take your own interpretation of the name. It's like you like to listen to words and then like be like, how can I completely butcher it entirely?
Because you have to understand, getting through this Spirit Halloween wig to get into my head. It's not easy. Things change. There's a lot going on here. It's got to filter through. So say it one more time.
Miyashita-yu.
Miyashita-yu.
There you go.
Miyashita-yu. Okay.
Miyashita-yu.
I'm going Miyashita-yu.
But he is a I think Utite or Uutite. I don't know how to say it. That's one of the things I don't know how to say.
I don't even know what that is.
But they're basically artists that cover songs.
Okay.
Japanese songs, and they're always like amazing singers and stuff.
Well, here they call them
So
cover bands.
they're covers of Japanese songs, or they're covers of
I
songs, or?
typically Vocaloid songs.
Okay.
But, so I listen to a lot of Vocaloid, which is how do I describe Vocaloid?
Maybe you can insert a clip here and then stop, because then YouTube will be like, "Oh, I'm monetized,"
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So they're basically these voice banks that people tune to sing songs, and it's a huge genre, specifically in the Japanese community. And it's really cool, and it's a really big community, and I've been into it for a while. And then there are the Utites that cover these Vocaloid songs as well as other popular Japanese songs. So I listen to a lot of that. I've been listening to a lot of jazz as well. A lot of what would you call it, like Showtime? Ragtime, Broadway-ish music.
Yeah, you even said you've been getting into that. That's interesting.
I don't listen to specifically Broadway songs, but just songs that sound like they would be on Broadway.
What is it about that attracts you? Because I know you really listen to music. You get deep into. You just don't listen to a song and like it. You really listen for the bass, for the drum. I know how. So what about that type of music?
Well, again, the singers, a lot of these Utites cover these crazy songs with these high and low vocals, and it's just amazing how their voices work. And then with the music itself, it's just a lot of instruments. I'm thinking more of the jazzy stuff where you have this really fast drum beat with all of the offset notes, and you have the piano, and then you have the saxophone, and you have the bass. It's just, you just have everything going all at once, and then you'll have a drum solo thrown in there, and then a piano solo thrown in there, and then it all comes back together, and it's just really cool.
Fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, and that's what you should be. I mean, music should be fun. Right before we got started, I was blasting Infectious Grooves, which to me is fun.
Yeah, it's
fun. It's just a crazy jazzy. If you know anything about Infectious Grooves, it's basically Suicidal Tendencies, and yes, the bassist is Rob Chudrilho from Metallica.
Yeah.
So fun music. I think that's a lot of. I think that's the most important thing we listen to is fun music in this house. I think it's stuff that lifts us, and we've talked about that. Therapies like what we do, working out, arts, but music. Music is a big therapy in this house. We've discussed that on here many times.
I listen to music when I cook all the time.
I listen to music all day, every day.
This is true.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, I listen to music working out. I listen to music before we get this going to get me into my MySpace. Not to be confused with MySpace, but MySpace. MySpace. It's still going, MySpace. And there's a good place for music, actually, speaking of music. MySpace is still going.
For more music-related type?
Do you have a MySpace account?
No.
You should probably look on there for music stuff, though, because I believe that MySpace is still the place to go for. That's the music platform, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen other new music platforms where people make kind of social medias based off of music platforms. I saw one, I don't remember the name of it, but it did look pretty cool where you just share your music and just the entire platform is based around sharing music.
If you just want to say that you just want to don't go back to my old dinosaur ways of the way that we used to do it, you can just say that. The newer.
Old social medias are confusing. Facebook, confusing, so confusing. Even Twitter was confusing when I started it.
Facebook's confusing?
Facebook is so confusing.
What makes it confusing?
I don't know. It's just There's too many buttons. There's like too much going on.
Well, I guess if you don't know something, I guess.
Yeah.
Because again, too, like I know Facebook, I know that, and then when I jumped on TikTok, TikTok was like a shock to like
Yeah,
it was a
won't be on
tick shock
TikTok.
to me. I was like, what is this? What is going on
I have
here?
no
It's too
desire
much.
for TikTok or Twitter. I like Instagram. I'm happy there.
I don't know. I was thinking of starting my singing career on TikTok, but someone doesn't like my singing. Someone's.
So other music.
There we go. There we go.
What other music?
I don't know. I'm just going to refresh this one time just to see if we got any more questions added on. No, that were our 2 questions for tonight. I think they were 2 good questions. Do you have any questions for anybody in the room? Put you on the spot. Oh, good work.
Questions for you guys.
Questions for us.
I should have thought about this.
Oh no, that's no. There's no preparing for this podcast. We just dive right in.
Well,
Do
did you answer the question for music while Mom thinks of a question?
Well, yeah, I kind of said infectious grooves before I was getting ready. Yeah, I mean it's my music. I've talked about it on here is all over the place. Like we were just talking about Sade, and we were talking about Seven Dust, and it's the music in this house. There is no we don't. I think I can say country is kind of the only thing that we really don't listen to, and I don't mind country. I mean, I have some friends that listen to it, and I'll listen to it. It's not that I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's just not my thing to get
that
me.
or opera.
That get me
I can't
going.
get into opera.
Yeah, I guess if there's a certain, I mean, back in the day, I guess there was a certain.
I feel like
don't know
just
what it was.
classic.
I think if
opera.
it was a if it
Because
was
I
like
have,
a
like-
well-known song, then that's different. But it's like I can't get into opera or much country really.
We're pretty open to anything in this house. Though.
Yeah.
We'll listen to.
Yeah.
We'll go through the music stations and just stop on each one
That's
and
why
just
I like.
listen.
Sometimes it's just nice listening to the because you like your likes because
Yeah.
you're all over the place.
Yeah, I think I have at least like 1,000 songs on my liked thing, and
Wow.
I mean you saw it with my when I made the album wall.
Yes, very cool. But speaking of music, can you please talk about that? Because that was very
The
awesome
album
what you
wall,
did. Yes.
yeah. So I could put a picture.
Yeah.
I made an album wall, and it has 108 albums. I'm pretty sure. So it's just 108 albums that I've listened to over the course of a couple years. Specifically, stuff I listen to more now. Like there were some older albums that I was gonna put on it, but it's kind of like I don't really listen to them as much. I could have, but I tried to put like albums that I currently listen to a lot, and I have a lot on there.
What size did you get them all printed up in?
It was 4x4 on a 48 by 36.
Wow, 100. It's 108 album covers on that.
108
Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that
album covers,
high. I would have thought it was wow.
Yeah,
It's really
really,
cool.
yeah,
You
that
got
is a
some,
lot.
and the way you laid it out is the picture will do it justice.
Yeah, and that really shows all of the stuff from Vocaloid to rock to rap to I can't think of other genres right now, but there's a lot.
But again, talking about, we talked about it on the past. We sat up in the in the parlor where we've done a couple of podcasts from, getting that, organized and getting that ready. Changing your room too, making your room more fun with your what's that thing that's hanging? I don't know what to call it. The
Tapestry.
the tapestry, fun word.
Of another album that I love.
Tapestry, and your music, just changing that, getting that all, again, just making your environment comfortable and fun.
Yeah.
Things that just threw some stuff on the table here. Exactly, just a couple of things on the table here, just making it my environment. You just want to make it comfortable.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, that was my. Have you thought of a question yet for the
Good
room?
one. I don't know. I was gonna say, what artist would you love to meet? Musical.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think yours is going to be probably someone I couldn't pronounce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that. I mean, I'm not even going to attempt it because I'll butcher it again.
Well, I feel like now, like, for example, like cons and stuff. Like, I want to go to cons for video games and stuff. And like, originally, I would have wanted to just meet the game creators just to meet them, but now I want to meet them so I can like just have a list of questions to ask them for like help and stuff. And I feel like that's the same thing with music, where I'd love to meet any artists that could like give me some advice, or just have a conversation about music to get their opinions on things. So
would you rather meet like a singer, or would you rather meet an instrument player?
I honestly wouldn't mind. I mean, like, of course, obviously I'd want to meet like Kikuo, but Kikuo speaks Japanese, so that would be a little bit difficult.
You need an interpreter.
Another artist that I always wanted to meet too is this artist. His name is Jack Stauber. I listened to his music like nonstop, like in 7th and 8th grade, and I still love his music. He just hasn't posted a lot recently, but his music is very like weird and kind of surreal, and just has like a lot going on, but it's just really unique and really cool, kind of like experimental.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun, and it's all over the place, but it's just music is just so fun. And so I would love to meet him and talk about music with him, because I think he's definitely like the person that would really fit like my style of music, and just kind of going a bit more experimental. So that would be a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's cool. I think right now, my favorite. What's the new one that I just found the other day? What was it? The guy who plays it's two pianos, like two.
Oh, the toy pianos.
Yes, Pocketsuki. I gotta look it up. But yeah, he's just he does all songs of all genres, and it's two like kids
ukulele with
pianos
two toy
glued
pianos
together on top of like a ukulele with a kazoo, and it's just he's my spirit animal. I just love that. That's because it's just fun. He's just singing songs from all genres all over the place, and he's just playing it on this ukulele, hitting these little cheesy kid keyboard
like
sounding
things,
toy piano, and then he plays the kazoo, and he's doing it while wearing funny hats and all sorts of things, and that's where I'm at in my life. These are the things that make me happy.
So you'd like to meet this man?
I would. That's who I would like to meet. I've met a lot of people, and I think meeting people and talking to people, I think everyone has a story. So it doesn't matter if they've got 10 million followers or 10 followers. It's what energy attracts me. It's what they're giving off that I like, and that's where I'm at.
That's where you're at.
That's where I'm at.
All right, next question.
What about you?
Well, the question's for you guys.
Well, you just asked us.
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh. I didn't really think about it for me. I thought about it for you guys. I don't think there's anybody I need to meet that I don't know. There's so many. There's just too many. That's the thing. There's just too many. I can't pinpoint just one person.
It was same with me, but...
Yeah, I'm sure that there's... Do you have any questions for the room?
I do not.
Nothing?
I was trying to think, and I couldn't really... Nothing. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing could really come to mind. What about you?
No, I don't think I have any questions. I think we did pretty good for a 2-question night.
All right.
I think we did pretty well here. So we're going to check out the lighting. I want to do something real quick too, just because at the end of this I want to take a look and I want to see. So we're going with the warm now, right? But I also know we're with the white. But let's see. So that's warm.
One side's warm.
That's cold. And that's oh my gosh, that got brighter. All right.
That's
I
suntan.
think that's where we need it to be, somewhere around there. Well, we're trying to figure it out. We're doing it, and that's the most important thing. Just do it. And see it change the color again. See, so changing the tone of the lights is now connected to again. We're trying to figure it out, and again, laugh at it.
I was like, wait, did he change it to red?
Just laugh at it. That's all you can do. But figure it out and do it. Thank you guys so much again for another awesome Bearded Babble. Thank you guys for your questions. And until the next one. Peace. Love. Laughter. Laughter. We can speak other languages here in this podcast.
Yes. All right.
All right. I don't know. Whenever you want to end it, you're in charge of this mess, so.
Okay.